Sørloth finished off Barca and sent Atletico Madrid to the top. There's no doubt about it, because even if Real Madrid win their game in hand, they still won't match Simeone's men. The only words that can describe it are well-deserved. 95 minutes. The final moments of added time in a breathtaking match. The match that all of Spain was waiting for. Seen as the decisive turning point for the La Liga title this season. And then, Alexander Sørloth, the man with the Viking warrior physique, appeared to deliver the fatal blow. A clinical finish sent Atletico Madrid to the top of the table at Christmas, sending Diego Simeone's players and fans into raptures. On the other side, the atmosphere was completely different. Barcelona fans quietly left the stadium, unable to believe what had just happened. They had controlled the match, created numerous clear-cut chances, but let victory slip through their fingers. Chances like Rafinha's shot hitting the crossbar or Pedri's one-on-one saved by Jan Oblak said it all. Barcelona couldn't capitalize on the decisive moments. This was their third consecutive home defeat in La Liga and their first ever loss to a Simeone-led Atletico at their sacred ground. For Atletico Madrid, this victory was more than just 3 points. It was a testament to the never-stop-believing spirit that has become the team's identity under Simeone. Jan Oblak, the most talked-about goalkeeper last night, called it a perfect night. Indeed, Oblak was an impenetrable wall. From extraordinary saves against Pedri, Rafinha, and Lewandowski, Oblak kept Atletico Madrid in the game until Sørloth created the miracle. This match also highlighted the contrast between the two teams. Barcelona, once a strong title contender, has fallen into a crisis with only 5 points from their last 6 matches. They couldn't take advantage of their home ground, couldn't finish accurately in crucial moments. In contrast, Atletico entered the match with an 11-game winning streak, carrying their fighting spirit to the very last second. However, Atletico's victory is not just a story of spirit. It's also a lesson in tactics and efficiency. Simeone once again showed his shrewdness in how he used his squad. Names like Rodrigo de Paul, Álvarez, and Sørloth didn't just play supporting roles but became game changers. When de Paul equalized in the 80th minute, it was a clear signal that Atletico wasn't coming for just a point. And Sørloth, in a moment of composure, sealed the match in a way that only great strikers can. Barcelona can rue their missed chances, but Atletico deserved this victory. A victory built on discipline, perseverance, and a touch of Simeone's magic. With this result, not only the top spot, but also the title race is tilting towards the red and white team. And Sørloth, with that moment, has become a name that fans will remember for years to come. 11 previous matches for Atletico? Who would have guessed? Just a few months ago, people were questioning whether Diego Simeone's reign at Atletico Madrid was coming to an end. The 2023-2024 season ended in bitter disappointment. No titles. A 4th-place finish in La Liga. Unworthy of a team once the pride of Madrid. Big signings like Julian Álvarez from Manchester City and Alexander Sørloth from Villarreal couldn't help the team start smoothly. Remaining unbeaten in the first 2 months of the season wasn't much to brag about with 4 draws. And the victories only came from last-minute sparks. Yet now, we are witnessing a completely different Atletico. 11 consecutive wins. A figure not every team can dream of. Even the European giants. What's the secret? Perhaps we should immediately mention Simeone's brave decisions. Rotating the squad. The spirit of the tactical king is once again perfectly displayed. Look at how he uses his players. Alexander Sørloth, runner-up for the La Liga top scorer last season, now mostly sits on the bench waiting for his chance. But when he comes on, the Norwegian striker still knows how to score, contributing to the team holding the record for most goals from substitutes in Europe's top 5 leagues, 10 goals. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Antoine Griezmann, despite retiring from the French national team, has been reborn at Atletico. Combined with Álvarez, they form a deadly duo with a total of 30 goals this season. And Pablo Barrios, a young name from the youth academy, is now even keeping Captain Coke on the bench and has received his first call-up to the Spanish national team. These young players are not phased. The way Simeone rotates with names like Rodrigo de Paul and Conor Gallagher is enough to show that Atletico's midfield this season is not only strong but also balanced. Speaking of the squad, we can't ignore the resurgence of names that seemed forgotten. Javi Galán stayed as a newly polished piece of the puzzle. Clement Lenglet, a loan signing seemingly meant as a temporary fix, ended up playing in 10 out of 11 matches in this miraculous winning streak. This isn't just tactics, it's Simeone's art of player management. The season is still long, But Atletico Madrid is truly making all of La Liga wary. Antoine Griezmann, Julian Álvarez, and Alexander Sørloth. These three names embody an Atletico Madrid at the peak of its form. 30 goals from these three spearheads are not just numbers. They are proof of an attack that is exquisitely orchestrated, fluid, and among the most effective in La Liga. What's interesting is how Diego Simeone rotates them, turning each match into a puzzle that no defense can easily solve. Griezmann is still there, with undeniable intelligence and class, leading the attack with the maturity of a player who has experienced all the major competitions. Álvarez is young, explosive, and sharp, having integrated perfectly to become an indispensable element. And Sørloth, although mainly coming off the bench, is the name Simeone relies on when the team needs a decisive blow in the final minutes. Sørloth's goals not only bring points, but also boost the morale of the entire team. A clear demonstration of the diversity and depth of Atletico's attack. But a good attack alone isn't enough to create an 11-game winning streak. What's truly remarkable is how Simeone's defense has stood firm like an impenetrable fortress. Clement Lenglet, once considered a temporary solution on loan, has now become a surprise factor. Lenglet's composure and ability to read the game have allowed him to combine perfectly with Jose Maria Jimenez. Jimenez, who struggled with injuries in previous seasons, has been revived under the guidance of fitness coach Luis. He is not only healthier but also incredibly consistent. Jimenez's strong return is the anchor for Atletico Madrid's defense, even when facing the toughest opponents. And in football, one cannot ignore the mental factor, something Atletico has possessed in abundance this season. The team has scored 12 goals in injury time, 7 of which directly changed the outcome of the match. Those decisive moments are not luck, but the result of an unyielding fighting spirit. Ángel Correa, with 5 goals after the 85th minute, embodies that. Notably, 3 of his goals secured crucial results against Athletic Club, PSG, and Real Madrid. These late goals are not just about rescuing points. They also demonstrate the composure and resilience in Atletico's style of play. Without them, the team would have dropped points in the Champions League, La Liga, and even risked early elimination from the Copa del Rey. But that's the difference between a team that withstands pressure and a team that lives to conquer. Looking at the overall picture, the balance between attack, defense, and team spirit is the reason why Atletico Madrid is making all of Europe take notice. Diego Simeone may maintain his usual humility, saying that there's still a long way to go. But it's clear that his team is playing a kind of football that makes people believe they are not just dreaming of titles. They are on their way to making that dream a reality.